Hello everyone and welcome to this FPL Gameweek 31 press conference stream with me, Holly Shand, a rare Tuesday video because we have another midweek deadline to contend with, and unfortunately that means we've got a few less press conferences than normal. We are going to be going blind with some teams, which is frustrating. There were 6 press conferences yesterday. There's a further 6 today. We also had a load of embargoed quotes from post-match. So we're expecting to hear today, in the next hour or so, Luton's could be at 1 o'clock. We've got Brighton, Man City and Sheffield United that should be at 1:30. And I believe Aston Villa's press conference at 2 o'clock is the one that we're all tuning in for, because that's going to give us an update on Watkins. We've also changed time zones in the UK now on BST. So, you know, if you watch somewhere else, you may find that this is a slightly different time to normal. But thank you, everyone that is joining me today. If you are here, please give the stream a like. Want to get the stream up to 100 likes and subscribe to the channel as well. We're on 15 likes already, so we've got a little bit of work to do there. I can see quite a few of you in the chat, so do come and say hello if you are here. The deadline is at 6 p.m. UK time, so that's in about 5 hours' time. I'm hoping to lock in my transfers before we go. I'm planning on selling Watkins for Darwin, although Isaac is tempting me as well. I have put a poll live to see whether you are sticking with Watkins or whether you're selling them. If you are here, come and say hello in the chat, and that's where I'll go next. I was just going to get my team as it stands up on screen. So the move that I'm planning is Watkins to Darwin, but I do just want to hear from Unai Emery first before I lock in the transfer. Pretty set on Captain Salah this week. No Arsenal attackers is a little bit scary though. So we'll see exactly what happens with that. Luton at home, they're bound to punish me. I've got Gabriel, and that is about it. Having a look at the chat then, Gazman was here early. Already taken a hit to do Watkins, Barkley to Mooney, Salah. Should I play Gusto with Van Hecker's cover? Yeah, I would say so. Daniel is in, just purchased McAllister for a differential. We've got FPL down under, Jack, Daniel, Mike, Nelson, Wide, Light Rays, Nelson, Lalex, BVB, Layawi. We've got a member in, Alareza from Washington, DC. Thank you for joining. Punit and Abod. Don't seem to have any mods in at the moment, so if you are here, give me a shout. If not, I may need to see if I've got any more help. I have started the stream early, which will probably confuse some people as well. I was set to go live at 1:15, but I brought it slightly earlier because the Luton presser I thought was at 1:30 should now be at 1. So please don't spam the chat though, guys, as that is really going to really mess with things if we've not got any mods in. Thank you. So first thing I want to do then is just review what we've heard from the press conferences already. Because yesterday we heard from Fulham, Burnley, Spurs, West Ham, Brentford. We also got some embargoed quotes through from Newcastle. Some quotes floating around from Wolves, Bournemouth, Palace, Everton and Forest. And after the deadline, we still need to hear from Liverpool, Chelsea and Manchester United. I imagine with their games coming on Thursday that we will see those press conferences potentially tomorrow, which isn't particularly helpful. The big news that we want is on Watkins today. We're going to get an update from Rob Edwards on Alfie Doughty, who's flagged with injury again. We're also going to get update from Pep, because there's a few injuries to contend with in the City defence in particular. We've got Edison, who missed out last time out. There's also Ake, who's flagged with an injury as well. Walker, no return to play for him. So there are some quite key updates. And then obviously Aston Villa will be the Watkins news that we're looking for. So I'm just going to hop over to Twitter because I have been busy bookmarking any kind of bits of information that could potentially be useful for managers heading into this deadline. First of all, from Blue Tone, we saw that John Stones was in training yesterday. The early prognosis on Ake is it's not a significant injury, but the timescale is unknown at the moment. Joe Bland seemed to be posting fake news earlier, something to do with Pope not being back before the end of the season, but I think that has since been quashed. But there is also an injury at Newcastle that hasn't been reported, but reluctant to divulge information on game day. So I don't know whether there's anything in the comments on this tweet that will point to exactly who that will be. There's a lot of speculation. Potentially share. Who knows? But it's not the most credible source, I'll be honest with you there. Sorry, seem to have been brought down by the ads on Twitter. So we heard from Mikel Arteta earlier with an update on Saka, which was to say, sorry, I was just adding FPL Down Under has said that they can mod, so I've just added them as a mod since we've not got any mods in at the moment. So Arteta said this morning that Saka is fine. We haven't trained yet. I will see whether he is in the best condition to start. Obviously, he was subbed early with fatigue. It's not the best prognosis for Saka. He's been struggling with injury all season. So his fine seems positive, but then you look further into the quote. There's no I just don't feel like there's any motivation for Arteta to risk him. So that's something that we've got to bear in mind. Whether we start looking at different Arsenal attackers now is quite an interesting dilemma there. It's a difficult one, exactly where we go. Obviously, I sold Saka last week and, his ownership is scary. I felt like I got away with it. Certainly going into this fixture, you do worry. But then you look at the schedule, it seems like a game where you could not risk Saka. I mean, Arteta likes to flog him like a dead horse, let's be honest. But, he played 77 minutes against City. Luton at home midweek, would you risk him when you've got Brighton away? If we just have a look at Arsenal's fixtures, because I have obviously got... sorry, this is taking an age to load. They have obviously got Champions League against Bayern Munich at home between the Brighton and Villa games, and then away between the Villa and Wolves games. So that's in there as well. You've got to keep that at the back of your mind. It is a worry, that's for sure. I don't know what I'd do if I owned Saka. I guess his ownership at 60% is a bit scary, if I'm honest. That it makes it hard to sell him. But if he's your route to Salah, then, for me, I think you could probably risk selling him at the moment. It's easier if you've got a free hit because you can bring him back in for 34. Like I'm doing free hit 34 and I will likely own Saka for that one. But I think in the period in between, I think you could probably get away without him, especially if that's that route to Salah. Salah, the second most bought player this week. Watkins the most sold. He's been sold by another 60,000 managers in the last couple of hours. Like, I think that figure will just increase if we don't get a positive update from Emery. Isaac winning the race over Darwin for replacement, but also you can switch formation as well to get Salah back in. You could take, your Watkins down to Muniz, Acuna, Semenyo to get Salah in. Maybe switch to more of a traditional 3-5-2. You've got to bear that in mind as well. Right, let's see what else we've had. Today. So anyone that saw rumours that Pope was injured or re-injured, we heard from Craig Hope this morning that he is on track to return before the end of the season and make a late push for the Euros. Sorry, just adjusting my mic there. I feel like it got a bit far away from me. A positive update for my team from Postecoglou's press conference yesterday. He was asked whether Richarlison is in position to start games now, and he says, yeah, he's trained. He was much better after the game, felt a lot better. He's trained. He'll train this afternoon. He feels good now. That could impact Son's position. So that's something to bear in mind as well. But certainly as a Richarlison owner, I'm definitely relieved that he's back in for this game, and hopefully it's a string of starts. I'm kind of in a weird position with my own team. I'll just put it back up so you can see it. Because I'm planning to free hit in 34, I can hold my Spurs players, which many can't. But I don't know. You look at the fixtures, I need to see a bit of form from them, to be fair. We have seen some decent wins from them in recent games, but you look, certainly Arsenal at home, Liverpool away. They've got City to play as well. Son is fixture proof. I don't know how long Richarlison will stay in my team, but certainly West Ham, Forest, probably Newcastle, and then I'm free hitting. Probably make a decision come game week 35, but it's the fact that Spurs have still got 2 more games to play. It's probably going to make sense to hold, especially when it's Burnley, Sheffield United for the end of the season as well. So that Chelsea game could be a double in 35 or 36, I think, with the City game dropping into 37. That's what we kind of assume will be the schedule at this point, but it hasn't been confirmed yet. I'm just going to put the tweet deck open because we were waiting for the Luton press conference. So I just wanted to make sure that I'd not missed any comments from that one, but it doesn't look like it. I'm just going to check the Luton website because I'm pretty sure I said it was 1 o'clock. I can't see anything on there at the moment. We'll keep an eye on it though. So if we carry on with the bookmarks, Sharda could be back for Brentford soon, potentially even the weekend. Areola, this is a big one. Hurt his groin at the moment. It looks like he's unlikely to start. We hope it's not too serious, but he's not going to be available for the game on Tuesday. We can see it being something. We don't see it being something serious. He might be back quite quickly, but obviously that's another concern. I feel like goalkeepers are dropping like flies in our squads at the moment. Lascelles out for the rest of the season. Could see Dan Burn in at centre-back. No Matt Target, though, so a little light it's looking for Newcastle in terms of those full-back spots. Harvey Barnes pushing for a start with Anthony Gordon banned. Almiron and Livramento were both... Sorry, forced off. Full squad for Fulham. This is a quote on Trippier. I know Carl's just asked in the chat. We'll wait and see. There is no problem with him and he's working his way back to fitness, but we have to be careful with his calf injury. And then from Wolves, and this is a good enabler, Matheus Cunha, he'll definitely be in the squad, barring anything going wrong between now and then. He's miles ahead of schedule. Aït-Nouri apparently looked tired, but he did have a busy international break. And this is the bit on Watkins. Maybe hamstring, not a big injury. I think tomorrow we'll check on him. So that's all the news that we've got at the moment. Not as much news as we would like, but we are expecting to hear from Aston Villa today, which will give us a clearer view on Watkins. In the meantime, I know a lot of you have been waiting patiently with questions in the chat. I am going to start answering some of those now. FPL Down Under doing a great job of modding. We've got a member question in from Alareza. I bought Jackson to replace Watkins. With Chelsea's poor fixtures, should I let him go or keep him for now? I think if you've bought Jackson, stick with him. The concern with Jackson is that he's one yellow card off a 2-game suspension. He's picked up 9 yellows this season. I think that resets after game week 33. Is it first 34? Premier League 10 yellow cards. Let's have a look. 32nd game. So Chelsea have 10 fixtures remaining. So they've played 28. So yeah, it's actually after the Arsenal game here. So the risk is if Jackson picks up another yellow card in any of his next 4 games, he will get a 2-game ban. It's probably a bit easier if you're going to free hit in 34 because the doubles for Chelsea will come after that. But I don't think it's safe to buy Jackson. But if you've got him, obviously hold on to him. In terms of replacements for Watkins, if we have a look on Fantasy Football Hub at the predicted points for forwards over the next few game weeks, you can kind of filter this by game week and everything to kind of suit your strategy, and you can get a 7-day free trial. I'll drop the link in the chat and I'll pin it as well, if it'll let me. I'm not quite up to 100 likes, by the way, guys, while I've been chatting away, so do help me out there. So if we... Sorry, I want forwards. If we do it by forwards over the next 4 game weeks, Darwin is 2nd, Cunha is 3rd, Solanke, Jackson, Tony, Isaac, Semenyo, Wissa, all in the top 10. But you've got to bear in mind in this time, Semenyo doubles, as do Solanke, Cunha and Darwin. The rest don't, but later in the season, Jackson will double. And Isaac will double later in the season. So, depends on strategy, whether you're free hitting in 34 or 37. But I'm free hitting in 34. So, Isaac's potentially a good buy for me with the double in 37 that hasn't yet been announced in mind. But I don't trust Isaac to still be fit by then, given his fitness record. So, you've got to... That's why I'm personally going with Darwin. I mean, you've got to weigh it up. Cunha could allow you funds to get to Salah. So that's something to bear in mind as well. So it is a bit team dependent, I'm afraid. But there are plenty of options in there. So I think at 7.6, you can afford Darwin. Muniz was struggling in the last game, so whether he starts in the next one with Jimenez back, it's just a few question marks there. I think I prefer Darwin, knowing that he does double before the end of the season, whereas I was getting my Nunes and my Muniz messed up today. Just bear that in mind. Jack says, everybody liked the stream because it's going to be great like always. Oh, thank you. I was gutted that I missed it on Friday, but you probably saw I posted it. It was my daughter's birthday and, you know, parental responsibility had to come first. Worried says, how are we feeling with Haaland's poor performances? Yeah, it's a concern. I think for some managers, selling Haaland this week is viable. But you've got to have a route back to him. Nelson says, finally sold Watkins. Any advice on how to navigate the FPL Challenge this week? I think my team's still on auto pick at the minute, which is a little bit naughty. Just check for any Luton news before we go down the challenge rabbit hole. Let's have a look. We've got double points for forwards, haven't we? Forwards get double points. So needs to be a front three. Let's have a look at the predicted points for this game week. I think actually this is the best free hit team for this week. Jackson. Do you go Jackson? Jackson, Tony, Darwin, Isaac. It's got to be Darwin, yeah? Tony. I feel like he could do well. Alfie Gilchrist with a new contract for Chelsea. Right, what was I doing? Quite tempted by Tony. Could go Tony, Darwin, Isaac. Oh, do you go Haaland now? You gotta go Haaland, don't you? Haaland, Darwin. Maybe go Haaland, Darwin, Tony. Are we going to run out of money? Got to captain one of them as well. Why is that not working? I've not got enough money. Is that the issue? Transfer out. Darwin. Transfer out. It'll be ages. I need to search for Tony. The autocomplete has got Rice and Havertz. Got to have Salah in there. I don't mind Rice and Havertz, you know. Might stick with that. Budget exceeded. That's an issue. Am I going to get this under budget? Palmer's cheap. White, Kiwor, Romero, he could probably go. Could probably choose someone cheaper there. Onana can go. Can she find someone cheaper there? Oh, there's Son on the bench. That's where the cash is, isn't it? Do I go another... Do I get Odegaard as well? You see, you can't play them all, though. It's a 3-4-3 week, isn't it? It's got to be 3-4-3. How many Arsenal players have I got? Should I go Gabriel as well? Let's do it. How much money have I got? 9.9 million for a midfielder and a goalkeeper. That's okay. What goalkeeper shall I go with? Who was in the best free hit team? Kelleher. I think he's on the bench anyway. Bradley. Could go Bradley, you know. Couldn't... Should I... I don't know what to do. It's harder than it looks. I think I'll put Bradley in. He's cheap, isn't he? He was on the free hit team. Palmer, De Bruyne, Saka, Son, Salah. I'm always tempted, though, to do something a little bit different. Because, you know, when it doesn't all, tick over, you've got to do something different if you actually want to win a week. I'm essentially picking my first sub now, aren't I? Who should we go with? No one's really jumping out at me. Should I go McAllister? I don't know how much he is. Yeah, I can afford him. Oh. I want Salah in my team now. Put him as first sub. Got Kelleher, Concert, Robinson. Are you finding this useful, guys, or is it boring to watch? Let me know. I mean, I've nearly done this one, so hopefully it's not been too dull. Let's go double Fulham defence on the bench. Oh no, got a captain a forward. Should captain Darwin? Yeah, let's do it. Vice captain Tony, why not? Save team. Will that do? For challenge team? Who knows? We'll see. Linford is in and modding, good to see you. Beardy is in as well. Linford said, don't forget to like the stream. Been a while. Scored 58 this game week. Got 2 red flags, 2 yellow flags, 2 free transfers. Looking to do a mini wildcard. Enjoy the points hit. I don't blame you there. I think you're well set in terms of taking a hit this week. If there's a week to do it with those injuries, then hopefully it can make things a bit clearer for you, though, in the next half hour or so, because we are expecting some press conferences coming up. We've got the Aston Villa press conference might be at 2. We've got Luton. Why can't I speak today? Brighton, Luton, City, Sheffield United. The tweet deck is open. So I am looking for any updates on there. Sorry, I'll just give it a refresh. It's obviously the school holidays here, so I've got the kids at home playing in the garden. Hopefully they're not making too much noise so you can hear them in the background or anything like that. I think it looks all quiet on the tweet deck at the moment. I can't see anything new on the Luton website, but these presses coming up very soon should provide some use for us. In the meantime, I'll do a few more questions. Jack says, do I start Zanabi or Gusto? Zanabi, because you know he's going to play. Is he going to play? He should do, shouldn't he? I've not missed any injuries, have I? Yeah, no, it's Senesi, isn't it? That's out at the minute. Laylex needs to bench one from Haaland, Solanke, Isaac Foden, Salason, Palmer, Sarabia. Possibly Sarabia. Daniel, should I do Watkins out for Muniz for a -4 or already did a -8? I don't think he's the best replacement. Puneet says I'm taking a -4 for Salah, Haaland out for Isaac and Gordon out, Salah in. Yeah, I think probably for your team, those transfers make absolute sense, so go for it. We've made it to 100 likes, guys, so thank you everyone that has liked the stream. Mohammed, who should I put in goal? Kelleher or Raya? Got to be Raya, I think. Abod, thoughts on Bradley captain? For challenge, it's fine, but not elsewhere. T-Bone, should I start Semenyo or Muniz? I think I go to menu. Punny says Anthony Taylor is the ref for for Chelsea v Manchester United. That is an interesting nugget of information. Oh, all the mods are in now. We've got Simon, aka Nigel the Crab, is in. Good to see you as well. We've recruited FPL Down Under as a mod for the channel because I went a bit early with the stream. He's done a sterling job though, so you're part of the club now. Cheyan, best 4.2 million defender torn between Bradley, Richards and Branthwaite. Gain depends on strategy for 34-37. Possibly Branthwaite. That TPS player, -4 for Bowen to Salah. Yeah, I think this is the week to do it when he's the overwhelming captain pick. I think you've got to go there. Not seen you for a while. Thanks for joining. Wide. Should I start Saka or benching for Garnacho? You got to start him. Bugger Troll. Got Haaland for Watkins. Would like Diaz and Bradley for Gordon and Walker so I can bench Morris. Are they worth a -8? To bench Morris? Yeah. I don't mind Diaz in for Gordon, but Bradley, when, you've got Trent waiting in the wings, I don't think there's longevity in that move for a -8. Ivo, do you think Arsenal and Liverpool rotate midweek? Yes. Right, let's open this tweet deck, see what's going on. Surely we've got some pressers now. Questions on who's going to be the new Liverpool manager. I forgot that they haven't recruited anyone yet. This looks promising that we've got a Villa presser coming up. Unai Emery will speak to the media shortly. So maybe we'll get that presser from Villa a bit sooner than 2 p.m. Let's see. I'm going to keep the tweet deck open now because we've got up to 5 pressers dropping in the next couple of minutes. A lot of concern on whether Darwin starts for Liverpool or not. I think he will do. They've got a few rest days. I think it'll be fine. Looks like Pep could be in for his presser. Dukesh says is Gomez a better option than Bradley? Potentially got a bit more longevity. I just don't know whether it's kind of worth it in if you look at the bigger picture. Edison Walker still out for tomorrow. Stones maybe, says Pep. So Edison and Kyle Walker are out v Villa. That helps Villa, doesn't it? For sure. Is it at Villa? No, it's at City. Steerix is going for Son and Mooney's out for Haaland and Kudus for a 5-man midfield to get Salah and Haaland. It's difficult to sell Son at the moment, but if you're not free hitting in 34, I can see why you need to. Watkins updates coming up in the next half an hour. If you're here and you're enjoying the stream, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. I love kebabs. Flecken or Netto? This week, I think I don't know, probably Netto. I do feel like you trust Netto a little bit more than Flecken. Jonas says he's Garnacho injured or just tired. I've not read anything on Garnacho. Shan says, who's the best 4.2 million defender? I'm thinking of Bradley Ping, but Branthwaite and Richards are on my mind. Yeah, I think I would go with Branthwaite. Andrew Barton, would you consider Kelleher for Areola? Yeah, I think I would. Pep Coy on Ake. How bad is it? I don't know for sure. The next few games he will not be ready. I'm definitely regretting not going to the loo before I started. I feel like I had to dip out of the last stream for a toilet break. Yanis, who should I start? Zabani or Aït-Nouri? I think I'd go Aït-Nouri. Better fixture. More goal threat. Amer says tips for wildcard as well. If you check out the best wildcard team on the hub, that will help you. But also, you got to think if you've got bench boost still to play or free hit, you kind of got to commit to a strategy there. Probably set up your team for free hit in 34 if you've still got it, or a bench boost in 37. Chrono says I should have had already sold on the pod, on the poll. Are you selling Watkins this week? 77% are. Andre, Bradley and Isaac, or to go with Gusto and Darwin. Can't have both because I have 4 Liverpool and don't have budget. This is the only thing with Kelleher as well. Does block maybe a more exciting Liverpool slot when you look at Liverpool's double in 34. So it depends how you're tackling that as well. Probably Gusto and Darwin. But again, it depends on strategy. Ivo, playing 3-4-3. Gordon Lascelles out. Gusto dubious, so no cover if anyone gets rotated. Yeah, it looks like the Brighton press is coming soon as well. Should I replace Lascelles to White and starting for a -4 to have cover? Yeah, probably would. I think that's worth it. Ivo says I went Isaac over Darwin. Yeah, that makes sense. Marco, should I bench boost Areola, Ake, Gordon, Doughty? Yeah, go for it. That's unfortunate. Hopefully the rest of the week's kind for you. Right. While there's a little lull, I'm going to leave that running. I'm just going to dash to the loo. I'll be right back. Right, I'm back, guys. Sorry for the delay. We're only 37 minutes into the stream as well, so a bit embarrassing. I've also grabbed my glasses because my contact lenses are starting to annoy me. A bit more of an update on Stone's availability. He has to feel fully fit. The injury was less than we expected, so he could maybe be involved. 300 of you in at the moment, 127 likes on the stream. Linford had said in the chat, don't forget to like the stream. Ivo says go Brett and Diaz for a fun sub. Watkins is not confirmed out yet, but we are expecting to hear from Emery very soon. Don't know if we've heard anything from Luton yet today either. No, nothing yet. Just the 6 presses today. 5 coming up now, supposedly. Interesting question from Rakesh. Darwin in a 6 million mid or Odegaard and Muniz? And as I've just said that, FPL have tweeted trying to tip him as a challenge option. I think Darwin in a 6 million mid would be where I would go. Jack says, let's get the stream up to 200 likes. We're at 131, so a bit of work to do. Emma says I missed this question while I was busy with my challenge team. Did I? I'm scrolling back up now and I can't see it. Oh yeah, no, I've done that. Now you was on wildcard. I've done that one now. Wide says, if Watkins is confirmed out, would you go for Isaac Solanke or get some for a -4, own Haaland and Darwin? I think I'd just go with Isaac or Solanke. Chantal in Barbados, a rainy Barbados, sunny in Grimsby. 2 free. Should I take a -4 to get Salah? Currently have Palmer, Saka, Son, Bowen, Alanga, Tony, Watkins, Morris. I think Salah's a good pick there. Got to get those funds there. It's hard to say exact move without seeing how exactly your funds are spread, of who you need to downgrade. And maybe, I don't know, you could probably turn Elanga into Salah if you sold Watkins. Twisted Sparky, I've got Lascelles, Gusto, Ake out, Gabriel and Udogi left with Onana, Petrovic. Would you consider for 37 avoid doubling on Chelsea? Yeah, it's a tricky one. You've got to look ahead to those fixtures and see who's going to maximise those. Dimitar, Son and Watkins for Salah and Semenyo, or Gordon and Watkins for Diaz and Darwin. Got to be Salah, I think. Wolves presser, there wasn't one, but there was a bit of a release yesterday to say that Kuna was back. Ahil says, I've got a question about Fantasy Challenge. Forwards are going to get double points. So what if I captain? I don't know if it's going to be triple or quadruple. I've seen differing things on this, which has been a bit frustrating, really. I think if you're coming up with these wild ideas, you've at least got to be transparent on that. They may have clarified it. I don't know whether it's triple or quadruple, but you're going to have to captain. You're going to have to captain a forward. Ivo, I've got Bradley, but I'm lining up Vardiol as a sub in a week or two. Staines is back though, bit more competition. Football lovers, I've got Edison and Areola. Whom should I sell and buy? I think Edison out, free up the funds. Kelleher, Ben, start Palmer over Foden. Yeah, I think you could start Palmer over most players at the moment. Shaz, start Reguilon or Porro. Gotta be Porro. Is Kuna fit? Yes. FPL Down Under. Who is the best defender to replace the Cells? How much was the Cells? They're like 4.3, something like that. Oh, it's 3.9. Okay, well, you're not got as much choice at that price point. Again, depends on strategy, but, you know, Taylor Richards is probably where you'd go. Don't know whether I'd go Lamptey. Again, don't trust his fitness. Ben has asked start Palmer over Foden. Gotta be Palmer. I'm sure I've done that one already. Any news on Gusto? No, we've not had a Chelsea presser. It'll probably be tomorrow, so after the deadline. Probably ought to keep this tweet deck open, hadn't I? Give it a refresh. Yeah, a bit quiet there, really. Amit, would Jesus start for Arsenal? I don't know if he starts the easier games. They've got quite a bit of depth now, haven't they? Guess it depends on Saka as well. Thoughts on Kuna? I think he's a good pick for his price. Could be worth a punt. I think if you're not free hitting in 34 then, and you needed money for Salah, then that's probably when you buy him. No Chelsea presser, so no update, Gareth, on Gusto. The Doughty news should be coming through at any time. Let me just give this a refresh as well. Yeah, nothing. We've made it to 150 likes. FPL Savage, I'm thinking of buying Reguilon for Gusto. What do you think? For the next 3. Feels a bit sideways. Jack B6 has turned into FPL Spud Jack. Love it. Thanks for letting me know. David has said, is Raya a good pick if you don't have any Arsenal defenders? Yeah, but I could probably name 5 or 6 Arsenal players I'd want over Raya. So don't let it block a more exciting triple up on Arsenal assets. Twisted Sparky, have Lascelles, Gusto, Ake out. I've done this one. Please only ask a question once, guys, else I'll be screwed trying to keep up with the chat. Try and answer everyone's questions. Marcus says, start Reguilon or Burn. Burn. Will Mateta play this week? I don't see why not. Why wouldn't he play? I'm just checking I hadn't missed anything. Femi has asked, have I missed some questions? Don't think I have. Which defender do you recommend I bring in for Lascelles? I've got Gabriel Udogie, Bradley Gusto, free hit in 34. Depends how much money you've got. Free hit 34. I'm guessing you've not got loads of cash. Probably don't want to spend loads of cash. Stupinen. Don't know if I could do it personally. Newcastle defender like Burn. It's the kind of options you need to look for. Rock has asked how long Walker's going to be out. I don't think we got a time scale. No chance for Villa, so imagine it's more of a long-term thing. Daniel says, is Kuna going to play? Yeah, I think so. Let me see. Ben Dinnery does the predicted lineups for the hub. Let's have a look at some of these. Are they there? Oh, there we go. Yeah. Not central, though. E.T., who should I bench? Palmer, Madison, Muniz. Difficult one. Not Palmer. Alareza, who to start between Romero and Gusto? Well, Gusto's a doubt. So maybe Romero's safer. DJ Tone recommends Murillo at Forest as a great cheap option. I just don't know how much I trust Forest. Not exactly been raking in clean sheets, have they? I know the fixtures are okay. But yeah. No doubles either. Any news on Alanga? No, not seen any. Nothing. No news is good news. It looks like the injuries are stacking up for Luton. Just seen this quote here. Rob Edwards is unsure whether Doughty, Burke and Chong will be fit for the Arsenal game. A further 10 first-team players remain sidelined. This is going to be one-way traffic, isn't it? The rumour mill is in overdrive regarding who could potentially be injured at Newcastle. So we've heard from, Rob Edwards at Luton. We've heard from Arteta today. We've heard from Pep. So we're still waiting to hear from Villa, Brighton and Sheffield United. And those comments could be any time. So we're just going to have to be patient. I've tweaked X open. Marcus says, free hit 34, bench boost 37. Do you prefer Dubravka and Vardiol or Onana and Van Heck? I think with Pope back in before the end of the season, I think Onana Van Heck. Colm is wanting to buy one of Foden, Odegaard or Havertz. I quite like Odegaard. I feel like Odegaard did really well in the run-in last season. João Pedro and Julio Enciso are available for tomorrow. That's the big news coming out of Brighton. Big boost to have them back. Bonkers LFC, should I play wildcard? Depends what other chips you've got. I think because the teams that double in 34 completely different to those that double in 37. Bruno, Isaac, Cher and Willock all pass late fitness tests for Newcastle. That's good. Yeah, so you've got to play the wild card. It depends what other chips you've got left, but you need to play the wild card to help you through 34 and 37. Martin says, would you start Zanabi or Porro? Gotta be Porro. Anything on Ain't Nori? Just that he was tired. I think he'll be fine. FPL Harry's tweeted that João Pedro, an interesting differential for those that are wildcarding this week. Free hitting in 34 and bench boosting in 37. $19 top scorer João Pedro returns at Brentford tomorrow. Played an under-21s game on Saturday. Probably won't start by the sounds of it. But, yeah, he's on his way back. A lateral ankle sprain for Livramento. Grade 2 or 3. So Rob Edwards has said on Doughty, Burke and Chong, some are 50, we haven't trained yet, some are 50-50, some are more than that. If they're not ready for Wednesday, then they're doubtful for the weekend. They could be missing up to 13 players. It's crazy. Ivo says, one thing I've learnt this year, good players in crap teams are generally still bad picks. Agree. Scott, I did Watkins to Darwin. Possible injury, fixtures and price don't favour Watkins plus Darwin doubles. Yeah, got to agree there. I think it's an easy decision. Going to be doing the same move probably. Simon, please don't spam. These things have been so much better recently. Let's keep those standards up. Thank you as well to the mods. FPL Down Under, join the gang. VJ is in modding. Simon is in, as has Linford as well, been helping out today. No, Bonkers LFC, no chip left except wildcard. I wouldn't play it yet then. I would get through to 34 with free transfers and look to wildcard 35, 36 or 37. Zap, -4, Darwin or Isaac? Darwin. DJ Tone says, how many have no chips left? There'll be quite a few. RM Boom. Just joined. Need to know if Watkins is starting. We're still waiting to hear from Arteta. From Emery, sorry. 5 minutes? 10 minutes? Let me just check that there's nothing on the Villa website. We've heard from everyone else that was hoping to hear from, though, haven't we? Brighton, Leeds and City, Sheffield United. Do we want news from Sheffield United? Give me a shout in the chat if you do. Nothing on their site. Where was I looking? Villa. News. Sometimes the website updates quicker than anything else. Not at the minute, though, I don't think. All news. Men. Yeah, nothing there. We'll keep the tweet deck open, though, because it did sound like we could get the presser at 2 o'clock. Keep the questions coming as well, though, Watkins to Kuna for a -4. I prefer other options to Kuna if you don't need the funds elsewhere. Vishnu. What's my thoughts on Darwin captain this week? Too risky. Hinslewood is out for the rest of the season for Brighton. Would I take a hit to sell Elanga? Probably not, no. Would you sell Morris to Kuna to afford Haaland next week? Yeah, probably. Vardiol or Burn on the wild card? Burn. Jack's complaining I've missed his question. Did I? Well, yeah. Which three do you start out of? Gusto, Gabriel, Nori, Zendabane. I'd bench Gusto. Twill Media is in. Best Kelleher replacement. Just keep him. Are you trying to get a different Liverpool player in? 0 spare budget. Well, you're a bit screwed then, aren't you? I don't know if there is anyone else as cheap as Kelleher. Turner doesn't get minutes. I mean, you've got Ortega, well, but you're just passing the problem down the line, aren't you? Pick Scott Carson. Yeah, there isn't an option. Are you trying to waste my time, Twill Media? Feel like you've led me go down the garden path there. Nick has said best keepers to pick on wildcard. Toss up between Henderson, Pickford, Neto, Petrovic. If you've not got any more chips, then you must have. I probably wouldn't wildcard this week. I don't mind Petrovic. And I quite like Neto Petrovic as a combo. Let me get the tweet back up. Four hours to the deadline. Still nothing from Villa, which is annoying. Shane's asked when's the best week to free hit? Probably 34. But it could be 37. But I think given that Chelsea and Spurs will have 2 doubles, probably within 2 or 3 game weeks of each other, makes more sense to use free transfers for that one and free hit for 34. -4 Darwin to Isaac. No, 2 sideways to take a hit. Any City defenders nailed. Probably not at the moment. Big Badger, Watkins to Haaland or Darwin or Son to Saka? Watkins to Darwin. Would you go Muniz or Isaac? Probably Isaac. Is your Charleston still worth buying or no? Probably not. Wrencher says Watkins to Jackson roast me. Well, you're going to be screwed when he gets carded. Lalex, is it crazy to start Sarabia over Foden or Haaland this week? Yes. Vassant, taking a risk on Havertz. Don't mind it. John says, is it risky to get Bruno in this week's game week? Why don't you get him for your challenge team? Sully says, if you captain a forward on the challenge game, do they get more than double? Yeah, it's either going to be triple or quadruple. I don't know which, though. $4 a.m. deadline in Sydney for light rays. Brutal. Remcorved, when is the best time to wildcard with no free hit? 30. Some point after game week 34. Use your free transfers, dead end 34, and wildcard out of it. Harmony, should I go all out Spurs or bench Maddison and start Bowen? I think you could go all out Spurs. DS, start Richarlison, Udogie or Garnacho this week. I think Richarlison. Nick says, shout out to everyone from Australia being insane enough to stay up for the deadline. Just go to bed. Any news? We're still waiting for the Watkins news. No Chelsea press conference, Hackney, so no Gusto update. Reckon Saka may not start against Luton. Yeah, I agree with you there. VJ says the like target is 250 today. We're at 175. Let's get it to 200 first at the very least. Damien, should I wildcard now if I still have my free hit? Yeah, you can do. Only if you need to, though. Probably stronger to wildcard. I don't know. It's quite team dependent. I don't know what is going on with this Villa presser. I initially got told this morning it was at 1:30. Although sometimes it is at 2. I've seen one of the journos post from the press conference. So I don't know what's going on. Hang on. That was shortly. How long shortly? We just don't know at this point, do we? I'm looking in all the right places. It's not got the update. We had this the other week and then there wasn't a press conference. It's just ridiculous. We'll see. I'm pretty sure that Scout posted that the presser was at 2 o'clock. I got told 1:30, whereas now 2:05 and there's no sign. So don't know what to think at this point. Just checking that I can't get any info elsewhere on exactly when the presser is. Can't see anything anywhere that suggests that the pressers are at a different time. It's just frustrating though. There's a predicted lineup for Newcastle tonight. Dubravka, Trippier, Share, Burn, Hall, Bruno, Longstaff, Willock, Murphy, Isaac, Barnes. Just seeing if there's anything anywhere that confirms when this presser is. And obviously don't want to hang on and then it not come. Let's recap everything that we've got already then. Just check that there was nothing in there. No, there wasn't. Right, let's have a look then at what we've got so far. Not particularly useful updates from Luton on Doughty, Burke and Chong. Remaining coy there. Some are 50-50, some are worse. So we'll just have to see. João Pedro back for Brighton. Looks like Bruno, Isaac, Share and Willock all passed late fitness tests for Newcastle. Ake is injured. No time frame. Edison and Walker out for tomorrow. Stones might play. Saka is fine. We'll wait and see whether he's in the best condition to start. Richarlison is in position to start games for Spurs. Feeling much better. Trained yesterday or trained this afternoon. Sharda on his way back for Brentford. Areola is out for West Ham. Dan Burns set to move to centre-back with Lascelles out. Harvey Barnes should start for Newcastle. Fulham have got a full squad. Yeah, no deadline stream today, Jack. It's the school holidays here in the UK, so I've kind of exhausted all my childcare to do this stream. Trippier should be back for Newcastle. Kuna back for Wolves. And then, yeah, it's just this Watkins update that we're waiting for. Out of the game on Wednesday. Here we go. Ollie Watkins has been ruled out of Villa's trip to Man City. He could return to face Brentford at the weekend after a few days' rest. That is interesting. So he's not out for long, but he is out for the City game. I don't think that changes anything for me. I think it is going to be a sell. I think I'm selling in for Darwin. In fact, I might do that now. Because I haven't really got a bench. The thing is with Watkins, if he's back for Brentford, they've got midweek European games. They've got Arsenal. I'm free hitting in 34. He doesn't double later in the season. How much value am I going to lose on Watkins? 0.1. Oh, that's all right. So I'm going to go Watkins to Darwin this week. Lock that in. I think that is me lot then, guys. Flecken in goal, over Kaminsky, Branthwaite, Gabriel, Reguilon, Son, Richarlison, Palmer and Salah, captain, Solanke, Haaland, Darwin up top. Do we get a full announcement on the Villa website exactly on Watkins? At least he was clear with us. Yeah, Jacob Ramsey's not available either. Not in a hurry. Tomorrow will not be available. Small injury for Watkins on the hamstring. It's more or less the same. Ollie's injury is a small injury with some days rest. He could be available for the next match. So that's nice and clear. I'm going to leave it there then, guys. So I've got to go sort out the kids. Half-term fun. Thank you to everyone that has joined me today, though, and I will be back again with another press conference stream on Friday. So if you've enjoyed this one, help me over to 200 likes, subscribe to the channel as well, and I'll be back. I'll probably have a team selection video Thursday, and then press conference stream again on Friday. Thank you all so much.